Imagine 5 invisible buckets in your life. Each one holds something precious, something that shapes your ability to grow, create, succeed, and serve. These aren't just metaphors. These are the 5 real areas that silently determine the trajectory of your life. What you know, what you can do, who you know, what you have, and what the world thinks of you. Let's walk through each of these buckets, one by one, because when you learn how to fill them, strategically, consistently, and with care, you build a life of strength, resilience, and influence. Bucket 1. What you know, your knowledge. We start with the first and most obvious bucket, the one most people talk about, but few truly understand. What you know, your knowledge. Now, at first glance, this seems simple. Read more books, watch more videos, listen to podcasts, go to school, accumulate knowledge like a collector hoarding rare items. But the truth is, not all knowledge is equal. There's a difference between consuming information and developing wisdom. And the way you fill this bucket, meaningfully, not mindlessly, will shape everything else in your life. So ask yourself, what are you feeding your mind? Are you just scrolling? Or are you studying? Are you reacting to headlines? Or are you pursuing mastery? Knowledge isn't about quantity. It's about quality and direction. If your life is a journey, then knowledge is the map. But it's only helpful if the map fits the terrain you're walking. Here's a simple principle. Learn what helps you solve real problems. In your life, in your work, in your relationships. That's when your knowledge stops being trivia and starts becoming transformation. Think about your future self. Who do you want to become? What do you want to create? What kind of life do you want to lead? That's where you aim your learning. That's how you decide what deserves your attention. Because let's face it, your time and mental energy are limited. Every hour you spend learning one thing is an hour you're not learning something else. So curate your input the same way a chef chooses ingredients, with purpose. But there's another layer to this bucket. It's not just what you know, it's what you remember, what you understand, and what you can apply. So don't just watch, take notes. Don't just read, reflect. Don't just learn it. Teach it to someone else. That's when knowledge gets embedded. That's when it becomes part of who you are. Here's a challenge for you. Instead of trying to learn everything, focus on learning the right things deeply. One idea well understood can unlock more change than 100 shallow facts. Read fewer books, but reread the great ones. Study timeless principles, not just trending topics. Seek understanding, not just entertainment. And most importantly, act on what you learn. Because the real test of knowledge isn't how much you know, it's what you do with it. Let me say that again. Knowledge that isn't used becomes weight. Knowledge that is applied becomes power. So here's the bottom line. The first bucket, what you know, is your foundation. It shapes your worldview. It feeds your decisions. It gives you tools to create and tools to protect. But don't just fill it with facts. Fill it with truth. Fill it with meaning. Fill it with insights that matter to you, your future, and the impact you want to make. What you know determines how you see the world. Make sure you're seeing it clearly. Bucket 2. What you can do, your skill. Knowledge is your map, but skill is your movement. This second bucket, what you can do, is where things shift from thought to action. It's the difference between knowing and becoming, between theory and reality. You might understand how a camera works, but can you frame a shot that moves people? You might know the rules of business, but can you sell an idea, lead a team, launch something from zero? This bucket, your skill, is filled through repetition, through discomfort, through doing the work when it's not glamorous, not easy, and not yet working. There's a myth that talent is natural, that great writers, speakers, designers, athletes, they were just born that way. But the truth is quieter. They simply stayed with it. They kept practicing long after others got bored, distracted, or discouraged. Skill is built in silence, when no one is watching, when the likes aren't coming in, when it feels like no one cares. And then, something shifts. Your fingers get faster, your timing sharpens, you see patterns you couldn't see before, You start creating flow where there was once friction. That's the moment where knowledge becomes embodied. It moves from your head into your hands, into your body, into your instincts. But let's be clear. Skill doesn't just mean technical ability. It's also how you relate, how you think, how you lead, how you respond when things don't go your way. Can you stay calm under pressure? Can you communicate clearly? Can you hold boundaries? Can you stay disciplined when the world invites distraction? These are all skills too, and they're trained the same way, by facing resistance and continuing forward. You don't need to master everything, but you do need to go deep on something. One skill, deeply developed, can change your life. The market rewards mastery. The world remembers excellence. People respect those who can do what others only talk about. So, what can you do? Not just what do you know, but what can you create, solve, or deliver? What are you building, one day at a time? What are you refining? What do you repeat until it becomes your signature? Because in the end, this bucket doesn't fill with words, it fills with work. So show up, train your hands, train your focus, build your rhythm, and let your skill speak for you, even when you say nothing at all. What you can do determines what you can give, and the world pays attention to those who do it well. Great. Here's bucket 3. Who you know, your network. You can know everything, you can do almost anything, but if you're isolated, your growth will always have a ceiling. The third bucket, who you know, is your network. But it's more than just names on a list. It's the quality of your connections, the strength of your relationships, the depth of your circle. Because here's the truth. No one gets anywhere alone. Behind every success story is a web of people, a mentor, a partner, a teammate, a quiet encourager, a powerful referral. This bucket isn't about popularity. It's not about collecting contacts or chasing clout. It's about earning trust and offering value. The strongest networks are built on one word, contribution, not what can I get, but what can I give? And strangely, the more you give, the more comes back, in ways you can't predict. But here's the part most people miss. Relationships are built over time, through consistency, through presence, through small, sincere actions that show people who you really are. A thank you note, a check-in message, a moment of listening. These tiny gestures fill this bucket, one drop at a time. So how do you build your network authentically? First, get clear on your values. Relationships built on shared values have roots. They last. They grow stronger with time. Second, be visible. Show up where the people you respect spend time. Not to promote yourself, but to learn, connect, and contribute. And third, follow through. Do what you say you'll do. Show up when it's inconvenient. Give more than you take. Trust is the currency of connection, and trust is built when your actions match your words, consistently. And let's be honest, this bucket isn't always comfortable. You'll face rejection. You'll meet people who ghost you. You'll reach out and get silence in return. But that's okay. You're not trying to connect with everyone. You're trying to find your right circle, the people who align, uplift, and grow with you. It's not about how many people know your name. It's about how many people you can call at midnight, and they'll answer. Bucket 4, what you have, your resources. We've explored what you know, what you can do, and who you know. Now, let's turn to the fourth bucket. What you have, your resources. Resources are the assets that support your journey. They can be tangible, like money, tools, and time, or intangible, like energy, health, and emotional support. Consider time, the most finite resource. How you allocate your hours reflects your priorities. Are you investing time in activities that align with your goals and values? Energy is another crucial resource. It's influenced by sleep, nutrition, and mental well-being. Managing your energy ensures you can perform tasks effectively and sustainably. Financial resources provide access to education, tools, and experiences. While money isn't the sole determinant of success, it can facilitate opportunities for growth and stability. Your environment also plays a role. A supportive community, a conducive workspace, and access to information can significantly impact your progress. It's essential to assess and optimize your resources. Identify what's abundant and what's scarce. Seek ways to replenish and enhance them. Remember, resources are interconnected. Improving one area can positively influence others. For instance, better health can lead to increased energy and productivity. In summary, what you have, your resources, serve as the foundation upon which you build your knowledge, skills, and relationships. Managing them wisely enables you to navigate challenges and seize opportunities. Bucket 5. What the world thinks of you, your reputation. We've journeyed through knowledge, skills, relationships, and resources. Now, we arrive at the fifth and final bucket. What the world thinks of you, your reputation. Reputation is the collective perception others hold about you. It's shaped by your actions, words, and the consistency between them. A strong reputation can open doors, foster trust, and create opportunities. Conversely, a tarnished reputation can hinder progress and isolate you from valuable networks. Building a good reputation requires integrity, reliability, and authenticity. It's about aligning your actions with your values and consistently demonstrating them. Transparency and accountability are key. Owning up to errors and striving to correct them can actually strengthen your reputation, showcasing maturity and responsibility. Moreover, your online presence plays a significant role. In today's digital age, social media and online interactions contribute to how others perceive you. Curate your digital footprint with intention. Share content that reflects your values, engage respectfully, and be mindful of the narratives you contribute to. Remember, reputation isn't built overnight. It's the result of consistent behavior over time. Small actions, repeated consistently, shape how others view you. In essence, your reputation is a reflection of your character in the eyes of others. Nurture it with care, and it will serve as a foundation for lasting relationships and opportunities. Your reputation is your legacy in motion. Cultivate it with integrity and purpose. These 5 buckets, knowledge, skills, network, resources, and reputation, interact and reinforce each other. By nurturing each one, you create a balanced and robust foundation for personal and professional success. Reflect on your buckets. Which ones are full? Which need attention? Begin today to fill them and watch as your life transforms.